Hey everyone, Caddy to the Llama coming back at you with another anime breakdown. Today I'm going to be talking about the new Netflix series Pacific Rim: The Black. Um, I've talked about this on another breakdown that I'm a huge kaiju fan, a huge robot fan. You know, when I was younger, one of my favorite uh, movies I like to watch was this robot movie called Robot Jox. Excuse me. And when Pacific Rim, the first one, came out, um, I felt it was a very similar concept to the movie Robot Jox, um, where in that movie the robots were actually fighting each other. But I do like the introduction of fighting, Godzilla type monsters and stuff like that. And then when the first Pacific Rim movie came out, I wasn't a huge fan right away. I did enjoy it, but it's definitely one that grew on me, as the years have gone on and you go back and watch it. It's I find it rather a enjoyable movie. Um, but one thing I find that I don't like with the Pacific Rim stuff is it started off with one really, really good movie, one good story, and then everything else past then has just felt like a money grab. Like Pacific Rim 2, I felt sucked. It wasn't really good. It felt like it was just a way to kind of um, capitalize on the success of the first movie, and then they come out with comic books and TV shows and everything like that. And I feel the same way about um, Pacific Rim: The Black. I feel like it's a money grab. I don't think it's a very good story. I think there's a lot of holes in the story. And I mean, I guess we're just supposed to believe that these are just additional stories in the Pacific Rim universe, and that we're I don't know, are they continuations of the first movie? Is it are the holes just are the rifts just never closing? Are they constantly just rifts opening everywhere on the planet now? Is that what we're supposed to believe? And these are just different stories of all the different places. Um, I don't think it's a very good story. It's only a episode long season, and everything that happens in that 7 episodes does nothing but ask us more questions and gives us no answers. You know, the two main characters are a brother and sister. That's Taylor and Haley. We meet two other characters that become kind of main characters of the story, Mai and then Boy. And, the story starts off with Taylor and Haley being saved by their mom and dad, who are not kaiju, Jaeger pilots, in Australia. And there's just rifts opening up in Australia and kaiju's coming out left and right. Um, and then uh, they seem to have backtracked a little. Like in the original, where they can at least handle Category 4s and Category 5s. Now we've backtracked, and now they can't. We can't seem to handle a Category 3 kaiju. And we're getting whooped by Category 3s, and there's just so much extra content put into this where it's, now we have small kaijus where they're still gigantic compared to humans, bigger than anything we have of animal related on this planet, but they're small kaijus. And now we got mutant kaijus, and like there's just so many more questions asked in this series that are never answered, They don't even hint. It's basically just here's a bunch of questions, and hopefully we get a season 2 to answer them. And they did get a season 2, but what if they didn't? Then it's just a waste of people's time. Of just asking all these questions and never answering them. I'm not a fan of the story. One thing I find to be a huge issue is, so Haley and Taylor are basically, they flip-flop being just idiots throughout the series. They cause their small little village that they've been living in for 5 years in a kaiju-infested Australia, their little Eden that is untouched. They cause it to be attacked by a kaiju because they're idiots, and then they get themselves a Jaeger. They find an untouched base hidden underground, not destroyed, not ransacked, and at no point do they decide to investigate the base further to try to get more weapons for their Jaeger, to try to find a better fuel source for their Jaeger. Never look into it. They then wander around inside of a town, never listening to the artificial intelligence of their Jaeger, who's constantly trying to warn them. Even though they know Australia's just crawling with kaijus, not going to listen. Nope, we're good. We're good. We've been here. We don't need to listen. Find a Jaeger graveyard and never once have the thought of, hey, maybe we should look around for some weapons, maybe extra fuel source, anything, for our Jaeger. Nope, we're good. We're just gonna keep walking. I think it's just such lazy writing, just trying to take, just like I said before, it's just a money grab off of Pacific Rim, and I have nothing but, like, I really liked the first one, and then I just felt everything since then is downhill. Everything they've tried to add on is just downhill from the first one. They're tarnishing the first one with everything they've put out since. This is a 100% CGI made series if we're going to talk about the animation. Again, super cheap to make compared to if they hired artists and actually went about it the right way. Super cheap, so I just wasn't a huge fan of it. I couldn't find anything. It took me 2 days to watch it because I just got bored halfway through and I was just not enjoying it. I only went back to finish it so that I could do the review on it and say that I watched all 7 episodes. This is the worst one I've watched so far, and all the breakdowns and stuff that I've done. Just wasn't really anything I could enjoy about it. Didn't enjoy anything about it. Didn't enjoy the animation. Didn't enjoy the story, the characters. Very critical of the characters and their decision making. Like, I could have wrote a better story. Like, this is just so bad. Like, I don't know. Like, just tell me what you guys thought. I wasn't a huge fan, obviously. But go ahead and hit me up in the comments. Hit the like and subscribe button. Tell me what you guys thought of the show. What we think of the Pacific Rim series. Just hit me back. See what we thought. Whether we agreed or disagreed. I'd like to hear thoughts from other people. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Thanks.